We're learning more shocking details about the kidnapping and escape of 13-year-old Jamie Kloss. This morning, she is safe with extended family. Police say the suspect confessed to killing Jamie's parents and holding her captive for nearly 3 months. Joining us now is Lily Rose Lee, formerly known as Michelle Knight. She was one of 3 women imprisoned in a house of horrors in Cleveland for more than a decade. Lily is the author of the new book, Life After Darkness. Lily, we're so grateful to have your perspective this morning to help us figure out what the future means for Jamie, because you, more than really anyone, can help us understand how she will ever be able to move on. And so tell us what you thought when you heard that Jamie Kloss was alive and she'd been rescued after 3 months.
After I heard that she was rescued, I had tears of joy and so glad that she was found alive and safe. And
what do you think her life, those 88 days, that ordeal that she endured, what do you think happened with her?
I can only tell from my perspective. She went through a lot of things that were probably emotional, heartbreaking, and hopefully one day she will be able to tell her story in her own way.
After you were rescued, after so many years in captivity by that psychopath, how long did it take for you to regain some semblance of normalcy, to feel a little bit normal again?
You really, to be honest with you, you don't feel fully normal. Normal is not even a word. It's like for me, it was a new normal. I had to relearn everything. I had to teach myself certain habits that I had endured in the house and during my home life. I had to change my whole perspective and look at things differently.
I mean, like what? Tell us some of the normal things that you had to relearn after this ordeal.
Phones, trust, just the simple normal things that people are so freely at doing. Being able to walk out the door without feeling scared. Even today, I'm still scared to walk out the door because I have been threatened to die. I have been had stalkers, 3 of them, and it's really difficult for a person like me or someone that went through similar situations to not be afraid of walking out the door or just being able to go to the store or having a simple dinner.
Oh my gosh, Lily, that's so horrible to know that even after you escaped from your captor that you have people who are threatening to do you harm. I mean, it's just so sick. And it's horrible. And, you know, you bring up trust. And Jamie Kloss is 13 years old. Her parents were murdered. What are the first steps for her? I mean, she's with her extended family now. They seem very loving. But what are the first steps for her?
The first steps is a healing. She needs to be able to heal and be able to find her own way back to a normalcy for herself and be able to have support and love from friends and family. And, you know, just to be able to sit down and have a conversation with them without being afraid or without feeling, you know, ashamed or, you know, just being, you know, different. She don't want to be treated different. She don't want to be treated as there's something wrong with her. She wants to be treated just like a normal person.
In your experience, how long do you think it will take her to tell the story of all that happened to her?
For me, from my perspective, it took me a while to actually want to talk about my story. I was a little hesitant at first when I first went on TV. It was a little bit difficult for me. I had to deal with a range of different emotions. So when she first starts talking, she's going to be very scared. It's going to be very abnormal for her to, you know, speak about what happened to her. And what we want to do is be very understanding. We don't want to push because she will pull away. We want to be let her open her voice freely.
Yeah, let her, in her own time, let her open up. How often do you still have flashbacks of your ordeal?
I have triggers. It can be a simple thing as a song, cologne, a way somebody talks. It can be a wide range of different things. And I still have flashbacks, I still have dreams, but I try not to let my fears, my anguish, and what I went through determine how I live my life.
Oh my gosh, what a challenge. You wrote the book, as we said, Life After Darkness, and it's about moving on after some sort of great pain and tragedy. And lots of people who didn't even go through the ordeal that you and Jamie have some sort of tragedy in their life. So what is the secret to moving on?
Just forgiving the person that has harmed you and freeing yourself from that emotional chain.
Well, that's a lot easier said than done. I mean, I don't know how
It is very easier said than done. It took me a transition to actually do that. I had to take steps. I did self-healing, so song and writing like really helped me to be able to forgive the person that has harmed me, because I wanted to be free. I didn't want that emotional chain. I didn't want that devil to think that he had still control over me.
Tell us about your foundation, Lily's Ray of Hope. What does it do?
It helps women of domestic violence and children of abuse, and it helps them transition into life. And it helps them give them a way to talk and speak on their issues freely and openly in a safe environment.
All right, everybody can find that foundation online. Lily Rose Lee, thank you very much for sharing your personal
You're very
experience
welcome.
with our viewers. We appreciate talking to you.
You know, talk about courage and perseverance and purpose there. Lily Rose Lee, there is a purpose to her. She can talk to Jamie Closs. She can be an example to Jamie Closs to what to do, how to live now.
And if she can move on, obviously it's possible, because again, she was in captivity for 10 years, but it is really, really going to be a hard road ahead.